What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Shadowlands video. How y'all doing? Oh my god, the coffee's so hot. I just poured it. Oh, all right. Listen, I hope you're all having a really good... What is happening? Okay, listen, dude. Can you just... I just want you to do this. Can you just do this? There you go. He did it. Do you guys see how seamless that was? You didn't even realize that I was typing that, did you? Listen, we got a really fun video today. We did a plus 15 Sanguine Depths. We were just gearing some alts and just kind of actually having fun. We were just having a blast shooting the shit. But I want to talk about the damage that I did overall because it's the most damage I think I've ever done in a dungeon. And it's right over here. We did 15k overall, guys. I'm going to get to what the breakdown of the damage at the end of the video. So if you want to see that, wait till the end. But this video is really, really fun. We have another Leap of Faith discussion in this video, which is really good. Joe, our tank, goes on this epic journey that you're going to see. It's really funny. Sid calls me a really mean name. And, you know, you're going to see that too. They call me a really mean name. And I don't think I really deserve... Okay, I deserved it, but, like, we'll get to that in a minute. I say hungering grain instead of hungering drain. We're going to get to all that. It's really, really good. So buckle up and get your coffee. My build, really quickly, I want to talk about the main part of this video being that my damage overall was actually very high for an enhancement shaman in a dungeon. I don't think I've ever done this much damage. What was the build that I used? I just used the Ascendance build, of course. We were using Deeply Rooted Elements. So Storm Strike has an 8% chance to grant you Ascendance for 6 seconds. And I will actually show you just that portion of the damage here because it's really substantial. The actual Ascendance proc itself did over 10% of my damage. That's just this thing like exploding. And if you don't know, when Ascendance goes off, it deals, in my case, 10.2k nature damage to any enemy within 8 yards. So it's uncapped AoE, essentially. That's what we're talking about. This is an uncapped AoE thing here. Yes, I did run Ascendance instead of the Elemental Spirits for this build. This was my build. Forceful Winds, Storm Flurry, Ellie Assault, Sundering, Ascendance. So you might say, Zuko, where's your AoE? You have no AoE whatsoever. You don't have Lashing Flames Hot Hand to like spread those debuffs around. You don't have Fire Nova. You don't have Hailstorm Frost Shocks. How on earth are you doing any AoE damage whatsoever? Well, part of it is just the normal kit for Enhancement Shaman, which is like Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike. Because every time you press Crash Lightning, then your Storm Strike will cleave and hit all nearby enemies. That's part of your AoE. And then this is the other part of your AoE right here. This Ascendance proc. When that thing goes off, it does a lot of AoE damage. And it's doing over 10% of my damage. That's where my AoE is coming from. But you can see my top AoE damage is Crash Lightning. My top button for the entire dungeon was Crash Lightning. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that before, because usually it's just that's not what we're running right now as enhancement shamans. So like my Lava Lash is way down here. I don't even have Fire Nova, of course. You can just see it's Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, Ascendance. That's my AoE right there. And then because I'm Necrolord, I'm getting the Primordial Wave Lightning Bolts to cleave. That's also why that portion of Lightning Bolt is so high, because I'm cleaving so many Lightning Bolts for additional AoE damage. So that is how we do damage. That's the build. I went Plague Divisor Marileth. I had the Wind Fury Weapon Conduit, the Focus Lightning Conduit, and then, of course, the Primordial Wave Reset Conduit. You need all 3 of these. Very, very important. Sorry, there's a super loud truck there. So that is the build. That's the whole build right there, and we did the Ascendance build, and it did a lot of damage, guys. It did a lot of freaking damage. So let's get into the video. Let's jump over here, yada, yada, video review, and then I'll get my camera going again. So this is the opener. I'm just going to show you the opener like I always do. Okay, I thought it was here. What I'm going to talk about for the most part in the early portions of this is I'll talk a bit about my damage, but there's a lot of really fun banter that goes on. And I'll just make a little note here. In the wake of the last few days where I have left my old guild, I left Eclipsed. And there was a bit of a controversy there. Again, if you didn't see the Twitch video from June 13th, you can check out my Twitch VOD, and I talk about why I left the guild right there. But A lot of you guys had some really wonderful comments in my YouTube video, asking if I was okay and if things were going well, and things are going perfectly well. I want to thank you guys so much for the concern. You guys are really awesome for saying that. But I'm honestly doing perfectly fine. I'm doing great. I'm doing really great. I've got a crew of people that I'm running with. I'll have a different guild that I'm going to be running with in for season 4. So I'm doing really well. Thank you guys so much for the concern. Thanks for everybody who showed up to the stream last night. We had a really good stream. And if you want to check out my stream, I'm on every night at twitch.tv/ZUCOVibes. So here's the opening pack. You can see the damage numbers are quite high, more so than what they usually are for an enhancement shaman build. Usually we have a very consistent enhancement shaman build where we're doing like 20 to 25,000 damage per second. That's usually the range. But when you're taking this Ascendance build, you will have these packs where you're just popping off and you're doing 30 to 40k. I think there's a poll where we almost get up to 50k DPS. So you're going to see that later.
Sorry. Did it
again. So again, it's just pack to pack damage here. We're hoping to get an Ascendance proc because I just used Ascendance proper.
I'm just not used to it.
That's why I take the Ascendance talent, so that when you get into a huge pack of monsters and you're not getting the Ascendance proc from Deeply Rooted, you can still press the button and guarantee that you're going to get big AoE damage. So that's
Sid gets really angry.
But again, I don't have any proc going on here, and I'm at least doing 21k, 22k, because the base kit for Enhancement Shaman is honestly just really freaking good with Primordial Wave. It's just like insane, guys. I don't even know. It's really, really good. Obviously, in super uncapped AoE situations, the base kit for Enhancement Shaman is not that good, but that's why you supplement it with the Ascendance, stuff. So, let's go to 2350.
In a league game. What are you, crazy?
We get a bunch of really good bursts here. So this is a big burst of damage. I'm going to show you right here. This is a 100k burst of Ascendance, okay? So I want to show you right now.
Unacceptable.
Okay, we're doing 137. We've done 137,000 damage. See that in my details? 137,000 damage. Watch when the Ascendance proc goes off. Right there. It just went off right there. We're up to 231,000 damage. That's 97,000 damage. It's almost 100k damage just from the proc of Ascendance going off. That's insane. And now we're also doing 28k DPS. That's what you get from this. That's what's so strong about this build, is that you get these big bursts. I had another one go off there. Look at that. 28k, 27k. I'm going to get another burst right here in a second. 33k. See that burst? 35, 36k. Like, this is what you get. And it's not. This isn't even a lot of targets. This is like 5 targets. It's not that many. So, really, this is why I love this legendary. It's just so much fun. So, let's get to some of the first meme banter stuff that's going on here. We pull the next pack. We end up killing this pack.
A little bit, yeah.
We were talking about Wukong from League of Legends. So again, I'm doing lots of damage here even without any procs going off. We end up killing this, and then Chase says this.
Why aren't we pulling this with the boss?
Lynx goes, why aren't we pulling this with the boss? And Joe goes, watch me. So Joe's running off to pull it with the boss, and then watch what happens.
Calm down.
He gets yoinked by Lynx, but it was too late. He'd already pulled the boss.
No, he did it. I tried to pull him away, and he did it.
Don't say that stuff to Joe. He does it every time. Then we have an interesting problem on our hands because we have pulled an inspired mob onto the boss, and he's going to do an ability called Hungering Grain. You're going to see it here. Oh, we can't kick Hungering Grain. I said Hungering Grain. It's Hungering Drain, by the way, just for you guys who maybe don't know. But I think we should call it Hungering Grain now. I think that's what we should be doing. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
So everybody gets very low here, and Lynx absolutely pops off on healing. Chase does so much healing here. Look at this. 18k. 19k. He's almost doing as much as Joe.
Drain.
He's just like absolutely keeps everybody alive. Another burst goes off from Woe, and he needs to heal us again. He actually did a lot of healing here. It was really good. He totally like made us survive this encounter.
Wow, good heals, dude. Legit.
Then I have 25, 45. I have 3 Ascendance
Nice
procs
heals.
go off in a row. Watch this. First Ascendance proc right there. I'm in it right now. Second Ascendance proc right there. You can see I still have it on. I
That was
have
just a
4
tough
seconds.
situation to heal through.
Then I'm running back in. I get a third Ascendance
Wow,
proc
you
right here.
healed. Incredible.
Boom. Third Ascendance proc. Really, really cool. This is kind of what you get. Again, we're doing 22k DPS on a boss fight.
You're so good, dude.
So, yeah, just really, really fun. That's the Crixus fight. I don't have to say too much more about that. This next pack. This is, I want to talk really quickly. One person asked me in the comments, we were talking back and forth on my Twitch stream, actually. They were asking about, like, they don't like the Necrolord playstyle for Enhancement Shaman. And they were like, it's kind of annoying, I think, the way that you have to do it. And I totally understand that. Necrolord is, however, the best in Mythic Plus, and this is exactly why. So I've set up 1 Flame Shock here. I'm going to spread that Flame Shock on. I now have 4 Flame Shocks out. Then I'm going to throw my Primordial Wave out at a 5th target, I think. Actually, I might not have. I think I only have 4 out. Yeah, I'm a troll. So I didn't actually Primordial Wave a 5th target, which I should have. But you get all these Flame Shocks going. It only takes 3 GCDs, or really 2 GCDs, but technically 3. You're going to Flame Shock plus Lava Lash. Now you have 4 Flame Shocks out. Then you Primordial Wave a 5th target. So now you have 5 Flame Shocks out, and that's only cost you 3 GCDs. Then you're going to press Lightning Bolt, and it does a bunch of damage. It does a Giga Chad amount of damage because it spreads the Lightning Bolts to those 5 targets. Then you get 50% haste on top of that, which is insane. That's why it's so good. So watch my damage right here. I'm doing 43k.
Yeah.
There goes all the Lightning Bolts. I'm doing 116k just from those Lightning Bolts cleaving.
Don't say that to Joe.
Now I have 50% haste, and my damage goes crazy. Look at my damage. I'm up to 22k. 23k. Like, this is why Necrolord is so good. If you can get your head wrapped around like how to figure it out, Flame Shock plus Lava Lash gives you 4 Flame Shocks. Then 1 more Flame Shock is your Primordial Wave. And boom,
you, brother.
you've got a ton of haste, and you've done a ton of
Shaman
damage
gets
with the Lightning Bolt
a
stuff. So really,
Curse
really
Dispel.
good.
You
So
guys also get Curse Dispel.
let me talk again about, we're having another leap of faith moment here with our Holy Priest with Lynx. And again, this is the moment in the dungeon where the chains come out. He's asking if anybody needs a pull. As an Enhancement Shaman, you never need a pull on the first set of chains. You can always press Spirit Walk, and it will negate it. So the chains are coming out. They're called Dread Bindings.
Okay.
They come out right there. You can see the chains. There's one on me right now. You have to press Spirit Walk after the chain comes out. I'm going to press it right now. There we go. And it frees me from the chain. Okay? So I don't need Lynx to pull me. However,
When it goes off.
on the next set of chains, he asks me, do you need a pull? And I say, yes, I do. And watch this combo. This is really, really cool. Here comes Dread Bindings again. I tell him I need a pull. He pulls me, and then I have Pharaoh Lunge, and I Pharaoh Lunge back in. Like, that's a sick combo.
That's actually dope. That's super dope.
So this is exactly how you should be using Leap of Faith. That is exactly what it's for. That is a great moment to use it. Lynx does a great job communicating that he's going to be using it. Who needs it? Does anybody want it? I tell him, yes, I want it, and he uses it, and it's perfect. That's exactly how you should use Leap of Faith. That's just one of those things. Again, people often get angry about Leap of Faith because it's used sort of inappropriately. It's used when nobody's expecting it. Again, another Dread Bindings is coming in here. I have Spirit Walk back up and ready to go, so I don't need any help here. But just really, really good job by Lynx using Leap of Faith there. Now, Joe pulls a fast one on us here.
Oh. Okay.
Let's go.
Ha!
Gonna be a tornado right out the door.
So he pulls all this together, which is very dangerous.
Y'all ready for fun? It's after this pull.
Okay,
Joe's just like giddy. He's ready to do his ring around the rosy, which we'll talk about in a minute. But everybody kind of gets wrecked here, unfortunately.
Island. Not good, do it.
Joe and I stay alive because we're good players, right? And the rest of our group they're all bad players. So they die, and we stay alive because we're good players. I'm just kidding. I happen to have a lot of self-healing that the hunters don't have. So I can keep myself alive. But Joe and I end up kind of pushing through this pole, and we end up surviving. I have Spirit Walk to get rid of the chains. I have a lot of tools as an enhancement shaman to keep myself alive. So I'm kind of cheating. And it's not anybody. It's not the hunter's fault. All right, so Joe.
Guys, I just keep refreshing renew. It's not doing a lot. I'm not really sure
Joe is very excited because he's about to do his Ring Around the Rosie
why you guys told me to do this.
World Tour. Oh, I think it's after these 3.
Joe, did you kick there or no?
This is funny.
I can get every shackles actually.
Listen to this.
I'll get every shackles. Okay, never mind.
We don't need you to flex about your cooldown, please.
I'm gonna get every shackles.
We don't need you to flex about your cooldowns. It's just my kick. Oh, and then I lag. So multiple times in this dungeon, I lagged like
I'm lagging.
to the moon. I lagged to like another universe and back. It was awful. So you're seeing some of it here. I was pretty tilted at this point because it had been happening earlier in the dungeons. But we're through that now. Joe is going to start his epic world tour. Are you all ready for this? This is Joe's epic world tour. It's awesome. So he runs off over here. He's our off. I haven't hit puberty yet, guys. Hold on. Just give me a minute. Joe runs off to go grab the entire circle. This entire circle. He's going to grab all of it.
Joe, can I watch from the window?
And he's going to...
Joe's.
I don't really know how this works, but Joe, I think, he's going to run and grab everything and bring it back to us, and then we're going to try and kill it all together. That's like what some professional guys do on like really high-end keys.
Epic adventure.
So this is how this goes.
He's doing the Ring Around the Rosie, I guess.
You can watch him. He's got all the guys. He's just death striking. There he goes. Look at everybody.
Seems fine.
Back at 100.
Look at all the people.
Oh, wait, they can't do it on Grievous, I bet.
But then he gets a chain on him. He gets a binding chain.
Looks like he pulled the boss.
He got rooted,
Oh, they're coming to us.
and he couldn't survive. So now we're like, oh no.
Burn 'em. Come back, Joe. You can come.
Now it all goes south.
Release and come back. I can't.
Lynx is like, release, but he can't because the boss
Oh,
pulled.
oh.
So now we have to run.
Run away.
I'm running onto Kaz. I want all the monsters to come right on top of Kaz.
We're running away,
Die,
and
right?
we kind of we end up just having to die. So we end up dying,
Up at the spawn point.
and then all the mobs get pulled back to here. So our plan kind of worked in a way, but not really.
This seems like a party.
So then we try and blow them up here, but there's like multiple barbed shackles. I get barbed shackled, and I get the craggy
I'm
earth
dead.
under me, and even through my defensive, I end up dying. So we just kind of reset it, and it doesn't end up working out.
Unfortunately,
But
it's maybe a bad week.
we're gonna try this some other time. Joe's gonna try this again some other time and do an epic adventure because it was pretty funny, and it would have been awesome. I think it would have worked out really well. What did he say there?
Did you just call me a noob? That hurts my feelings.
Do you know the definition?
Link says, "Do you know the definition of noob?" That was
Oh,
a
God, that's so
callback.
good.
That was a callback to an
I don't know
earlier.
the definition, no, but I know it hurts my feelings.
That was pretty funny.
Oh,
That was a callback to an earlier argument we were having with some of the old guildies about the definition of pay to win. So Lynx was right on point there with that one. Pretty funny stuff. Let's get to
misdirect harder.
3650. It's coming up here.
Fighting mobs.
Oh yeah, I had a bunch of ascendances
I
go
feel
off.
like I'm out DPSing everybody. You know? I
Listen
just want
to
everybody
this.
to notice.
I'm a 230 Beastmaster.
Yeah, get good.
I'm like, I'm like, everybody noticed my damage. Kaz is like, I'm my level 230, bro. I'm like, yeah, get good,
Dude.
get good, dude. Come on, I don't need excuses.
Get more gear, dude.
And then Lynx trolls him.
After does at least 15k on 2 packs.
Lynx goes, my 230 BM hunter does at least 15k on multiple packs. And then there's this funny
Oh,
moment
I
here.
didn't get it. Thank you, Joe.
So I didn't kick Barb Shackles,
Joe. Thank you,
Joe
thank
got
you.
it. And then I say,
I'll get the next one. Promise.
I promise. You guys hear me? I said I'll promise I'll get the next one. I promise.
I
I don't know
Hit
what
it.
happened.
Oh God.
My like kick came off
Well,
cooldown
Sid, I'm
too
sorry.
late, and then it went on Sid, of
Right.
course. And they just had to deal with it. And I'm very sorry, Sid. She gets back at me later. Don't worry.
Alright, I'm on you.
Then we have Executor Tarvold, which I don't think anything happens here.
Joe didn't respond.
Oh, I lag. I lag like
I'm
crazy.
lagging. Oh my God.
And I'm tilted like to the moon. It's
Oh, this is so tilting.
It was frustrating. Anyway, we'll get through it. Let's go to Beryllia. It's at 40 minutes. Let's fast forward to Beryllia. Here's the Beryllia boss fight. Joe just pulls everything onto the boss, which is actually pretty great.
Oh, sorry.
Now,
grabbing one. Okay.
this boss fight, really quickly, for Enhancement Shaman, you basically only have to grab 2 orbs plus Astral Shift, and then you can grab 2 orbs plus Fleshcraft. That's how you can help your team. Usually you need to grab at least like 3 orbs, usually 4. But as an Enhancement Shaman, you can do it that way if you want to. Now, at the end of this fight is what I want to get to.
We can do it.
This is awesome.
Commit.
So, Link says PI commit.
PI commit. Burning. We can do it.
We can do it.
So he's basically saying nobody pick up any orbs. We're going to commit here.
I'm grabbing orbs.
No, don't do it. Use this. Fuck this by doing that. Oh, you literally did. We were one off the
I should not have done that. If I'd
Sid, did you
stayed.
not have a defensive? I thought for sure.
Now I'm making fun of Sid because she died.
You guys can't do your full.
So I'm making fun of Sid because she died. Because they died. Sorry,
I
Sid.
thought for sure you had a defensive up there. Dang.
I could have popped turtle and do no damage
Listen to this.
like a coward would.
Exactly.
Oof. Are you implying that I'm a coward, or what's the? I'm not really sure.
You're a fool and a coward.
So they called me a coward and a fool. Sid called me a coward and a fool. So you know what? I deserve that. I deserve that. That's shots
my
fired.
God,
So
savage.
Sid totally got back at me there. They got back at me hard for my big blunder there. So I'm a coward now, and you all can say it. I totally understand.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Sid, I agree. Oh, here's our big damage moment. You ready? Look at our damage here, guys. This is just awesome.
No, I'm just me.
So I had Ascendance proper. Sorry, I have Ascendance. I pop it right here.
I
Ready?
did it all on my own. Do you remember that?
I get my Primordial Wave going first. I have the haste buff rolling right now. I pop Ascendance right here. Boom. We're doing 32k. Then I get another proc on Ascendance. I'm doing 43k. Oh my gosh. Look at, we're doing 40k, guys. 41k DPS. It's not even going down. Like I keep getting it. Consistent 40k right there.
I just full heal.
It's so awesome. It's just so much damage.
Huge seed heal right there.
And then we get trolled by here.
I mean, I'd have been dead if he didn't.
Look at this. She does Gloom Squall, and then does his slam at the exact same time, and we think to ourselves, oh, we have to go stand in the slam.
True.
Oh, that's a slam up there. Almost went to the wrong one.
Me too. I walked in and I was like, oh, this is a nice place to stand.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to showcase, like, the damage is incredible. What you do is you set up your Primordial Wave, and then you hit it, so you get that Cleave Lightning Bolt, you get 50% haste, and then you pop Ascendance after that. And you do tons and tons of damage, guys. It's so awesome how much damage you can do.
Where I should be standing.
Let's get to the last boss fight. I don't think there's actually anything crazy to talk about. I want to show one more time on this boss fight on General Kaal that you can, in fact, dodge the bleed she puts on you. So I have the Wicked Rush logo over my head right now, okay? She's going to dash to me. What you can do is you can run away, and she's dashing right now. I can move. She's going to dash behind me. So make sure that you're moving away from where she's dashing, and you can dodge the bleed effect. Do you guys see that?
You know what? I think
So-
I kind of figured it out.
And then I try, but you can't always do it that cleanly. Like, you don't always have a lot of room on this platform to do that. But I was able to do it there pretty cleanly. So let's go to 49:30. So that's the end of the dungeon right there. And lo and behold, we end up doing 15k DPS overall. I was just like, I was so floored.
15k overall.
Just
Holy
crazy. I couldn't believe that. It honestly was so awesome. So let's look at the damage breakdown. I do want to break it down really quick. Oh, we're going to move that. There we go. I do want to break it down really quick because it's important to understand. So again, as I said at the top of the video, Crash Lightning was our biggest DPS button. And that's the case because we don't have any extra buttons to press, okay? I'm not pressing Fire Nova. I'm not pressing the Hailstorm-infused Frost Shock. I'm just pressing Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike. Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike. Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, Storm Strike. That's what I'm doing. That's the rotation. So you end up pressing Crash Lightning a lot more than you normally would in an AoE situation, and it just does a ton of damage. It actually just does a ton of damage. So that's really, really cool. Lightning Bolt is up there because of the Primordial Wave Lightning Bolt cleave. Chain Lightning's up there because of the rotation I just talked about. And then the Ascendance proc is up there because we're pressing Storm Strike so much, guys. I pressed Storm Strike 254 times, but it hit 678 times because of my talents. And it ended up procking Ascendance a lot. A lot. Ascendance got procced 31 times in that dungeon. 31 times, guys. That dungeon was only 25 minutes long. That means I procced Ascendance more than once a minute. I was proccing Ascendance on average every 40 to 45 seconds. That's insane. That's why this damage here is so high. So really awesome stuff. I love this build. This is the most DPS I've ever done in a dungeon to date. I'm really happy with it. So that's our little dungeon, guys. We had a lot of fun with the banter. Again, addressing sort of the guild stuff that I've been going through right now, leaving the guild that I was a part of. I'm totally fine, guys. I'm having so much fun playing this game with a different crew of people now, and absolutely having a blast. So don't worry about me. Thank you guys so much though for the comments that you gave me down below. I want to hear from you once again. My voice keeps cracking. This is insane. Want to hear from you guys once again about the leap of faith stuff that Lynx was doing in this dungeon. I think that it's the proper way to use Leap of Faith. I think he's got a really good mindset for... I want to hear from you, priests, about Leap of Faith down below. And guys, if you have any other comments below on the dungeon, I'd love to hear from you down there in the comments. Let's have a conversation down there. Drop a like if you like the video. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. If you want to support the future of what I'm doing here, be sure to check out my Patreon where you can subscribe on a monthly basis. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Until the next one, we'll see you later.